control of possession, and for several minutes it seemed that they were ideally prepared for the task. Their entire back row involved to set up the ruck from which outside half Alan Hughes could send the home team right back to their own line. Spoiling tactics are most effective when the ball is badly tapped at lineouts, but when Andrew Allen denied Blackwood the chance to pour through onto errors by taking the ball cleanly with two hands, Blackwood unfortunately allowed their frustration to show. At this stage in a Derby Cup match, the damage was mostly confined to grappling matches. But when Newbridge's New Zealander Hemi Taylor and his opposite number, Mark Thomas, carried on wrestling just that half-minute too long, Robert Yemen decided that enough was enough. Largely to set an example for the others, he sent them to the sin bin for a 10-minute breather. In their absence, the pattern of play remained unaltered. Blackwood kept on pouring through the lineouts. Robert Thompson setting up the ruck. But then Newbridge, in their turn, spoiled to their own advantage. And the home backs, presented with quick ball for the first time, took full advantage. David Rees, from full-back, injecting the pace to leave Steve Noel, the winger, flat-footed, and timing his pass to Simon Hill well. 4-0 the score. With the two number 8s back on the field, Newbridge began to exert pressure at the set piece, and Blackwood cracked. Mark Thomas, so forceful in attack, giving Peter Jones an unexpected present. From that moment, Newbridge seemed to have things well under control. Hemi Taylor with a two-handed catch, making ground. But the game was still tense. Too tense. It was obvious that the sin bin wasn't warning enough. But Newbridge number 4, Andrew Allen, can consider himself unlucky for being singled out after merely making a gesture of a headbutt. He stands guilty of being merely theatrical. Nevertheless, after all the fuss, the promising second row forward was sent off, and now faces a lengthy ban, although the club may well consider appealing. At half-time, the score stood at 8-0. In the second half, Blackwood renewed their efforts. After all, they now faced only 14 men. Mark Thomas with the drive, and Alan Hughes kicking for the corner. Again, Newbridge seemed to play into the opposition's hands. Chris Phillips caught in possession, and good follow-up tackling by Martin Barber. Newbridge seemed to be feeling the pressure, but one anxious Blackwood hand knocked on, and the opportunity was lost. Terry Shaw showed the value of cleanly caught ball at a defensive line-out. But after making ground, Newbridge tried to be too ambitious from the maul inside their own 22. Peter Jones tackled by John Hodges and losing the ball. But suddenly Blackwood were under pressure themselves and noticed the speed with which the first-class side took advantage. Terry Shaw at the maul, prop Simon Jenkins at scrum half to Steve Feely, and then the general himself, Paul Turner, took over. Everything was now going straight with the overlap created. Good passing by David Rees and Chris Manley, and the try for Simon Hill. Paul Turner adding the conversion, 14-0 to Turner was now to become more and more involved. From a loose 22 dropout, he planted the pressure straight back on Blackwood. Eventually, and after retreating slowly and scrappily, the visiting forwards gave away a penalty for killing the ball on the floor at the ruck. Now at this stage, everybody across the field knew that Newbridge were likely to run the ball quickly, but the tide of the game had changed for good. And Paul Turner was about to prove that all luck now lay with Newbridge. A bounce favouring David Rees, but how well he ran onto the ball all afternoon. The next try came from a more orthodox situation close to the line. Hemi Taylor picking up and cleverly missing out scrum half Steve Feely, who looped around Simon Hill to take the scoring pass. Then, moments later, from an identical situation, the same combination used plan B. This time, Taylor fed Feely, who went over untouched, but did Simon Hill cut across his own player, causing obstruction. Soon afterwards, Blackwood kicked a penalty, 26-3 the score. But the successful Newbridge combination was soon in action again, this time further out and further infield. But all it meant was that Hill had more room in which to show off some skills. 30 points to 3. When Hemi Taylor eventually found that there wasn't enough room on the blind side, he allowed scrum half Feely to feed the backs, who showed a few skills of their own. Turner to Manley, to that man Simon Hill again. Hill's fourth try, and how well he took all his chances. David Rees took over the kicking duties and added the conversion, 36 points to 3. In the dying moments, Newbridge went for the final try to take them over 40 points and thoroughly avenged the defeat against Blackwood in September. But at the last instant, luck turned against them. Andrew Allen, likely to enter the national selectors' thoughts for the second row, faces suspension, and David Rees, so forceful from fullback, could be out for some time with a pulled hamstring.